Let's jump gears. Senator Bill Cassidy straight off the vote for the closure vote on Matt Kavanaugh. First of all, good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Moon. How are you, brother?
Doing pretty good. Now, big vote, advancement 51-49. You reading it? I know normally that's how the vote would go. This thing has been so funny, so weird, and I know Collins is calling a press conference at 2 o'clock to tell everybody how she's going to vote. How you read anything into this right now? You just got to sit back and watch it all unfold. I know how you're voting.
I think that the people who looked at the FBI investigation, one, it's going to now pass. This was the vote that was key. At this point, it's just a question of the final vote. And so, assuming 6 people don't die, this is going to be a yes vote for Kavanaugh tomorrow.
Do you think he's going to win 51-49?
He may win 50-49. Steve Daines from Montana for months has had his daughter's wedding scheduled. He is to walk his daughter down the aisle. He has said that he is going to walk his daughter down the aisle. I get it. Because frankly the vote could be held over till Monday. But McConnell wants to get it over with, so we'll vote tomorrow.
I can promise you
If it turns out that Daines' vote is required, they'll keep the vote open for 12 hours, and he'll fly in early Sunday morning and cast his vote.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you, because I just heard that he was going to be accommodated for his vote. He needs to. I mean, first of all, Kavanaugh needs to vote, and that's if nothing trickery happens behind the scenes. I think we're going to be able to read a lot into what, since Senator Collins voted with y'all, calling a press conference has kind of sent up a red flag to me. Maybe nothing. She may going to explain, here's what I looked at, here's why I'm voting the way I'm voting. But if she comes out and says, I am voting for Kavanaugh, I think that's going to send a signal we're going to be a minimum of 50. Minimum of 50.
Well, I think what she's going to do, because the left has used innuendo and hearsay and character assassination.
Sure.
If you didn't see Mitch McConnell's speech before the vote, download it. Mitch McConnell's not an incredibly compelling speaker. This was compelling. And he spoke about how the way the tactics the left has used goes back to McCarthy days, something that we should be ashamed of. And when Senate Democrats sent out a letter yesterday saying that previous FBI background reports had suggested sexual and alcoholic issues with Kavanaugh, that was totally wrong. In fact, not every Democrat signed on, and 1 or 2 of them said that is wrong. So they are willing to do anything, including those kind of Joe McCarthy type activities. They should be ashamed of themselves. By
the way, they're not.
Yeah.
Senator Cassidy, talk a little bit about, I do want to bring this up, and I thought it was very good. Brian, I think we played on the program. I know I showed it to you, but I think we played you and the young lady, the young woman that just tried to get in your face. And by the way, you did a heck of a job keeping your cool. You did a heck of a job of going right back at her with the facts. Talk a little bit about that, because, most people never go through stuff like that when somebody's in your face.
I hate bullies. I hate bullies. And what they were doing, the protesters, they didn't want to sit and walk and talk to you. They just wanted to sit and scream at you and make you feel intimidated. Well, baby, I'm not going to allow that, no matter who it is. And so they were just coming at me, and I'm thinking, this just is not right. So if you just want to sit and scream at me, let's actually try and talk. Maybe there's actually a chance that we can talk as opposed to you just yelling. And she just wanted to yell.
But I thought you did a great job, because you just stayed with the facts. And I noticed with these people, they don't want the facts. They've never dealt with the facts. I saw Hildebrand the other night, last night, and boy, she has discredited him Kavanaugh for everything. She doesn't care about the facts. How many Democrats? These people are only doing what the leaders in the Senate have done, and the media has told them to do. They just told you, go attack, go attack. Maxine Waters, go attack, go attack. I thought you handled it well. I thought you did a great job of just taking your time. You didn't stop, which I don't blame you. You kept walking and talking. She couldn't go answer anything.
No, all she could go back is to the character assassination, which is unfounded, which is not corroborated, but it's just a big lie. And the more and Moon, that could happen to anybody in our society if we allow it to happen now. And you just can't, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, you can just start, and they try to do it with Nikki Haley, by the way. They tried to make scurrilous kind of accusations about her, and it kind of bounced off. But with Kavanaugh, they kept pushing it, and it's wrong. And we just got to call it out and stop it and not allow it.
You know, Senator Bill Cassidy, my special guest, before we take a break, and I'll come back and give you another segment. You know, one of the things that I know is, Donald Trump, like him or not, Donald Trump's a fighter. And Donald Trump has fought them all the way. And I think that eased over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's been a fighter. He could have backed out any time. Trump could have pulled him at any time. I think when you mentioned McConnell, and I looked at Grassley, these are guys I've never seen get pumped up. And if they're looking at this thing saying, we're right, they're wrong, I'm going to fight on this one. And that's what I think people are looking up going, wow, finally fighting against the Democrat and the media, which is the same thing.
I think what everybody in the Republican caucus felt, because as you've seen, Ted Cruz goes out to eat with his wife, and they attempt to physically intimidate. McConnell goes out, they attempt to physically intimidate. You walk down the hall, they attempt to physically intimidate. Now, if they win, frankly, they'll do it next time. And that's wrong. We can't have a democracy in which thugs go around attempting to enforce their will upon the American people by intimidation. That's wrong. I wish the mainstream media would call it out. I think because it's Democrats, they've chosen not to.
Oh, no.
But the videos of Cory Booker and Maxine Waters telling people to get in their face are frankly despicable.
You realize if one person in the Tea Party had accidentally tripped and fell into somebody, they would have wrote about that as harassment and abuse and everything else. Just tripped on accident. These people are actually going. We've had over 600 people from Donald Trump that were beat up.
Yeah. I tell you, it's a double standard the press has, because frankly they agree with the left. When CNN runs uncorroborated, like the person sent a letter, didn't sign it, didn't put a date, just said I was sexually abused or something like that, I forget what it was, and CNN reports it, there's like no journalistic standard. All that matters is let's get it out there, and then it's walked back. They have actually been complicit in how this is going forward, and I would like to think they would have a sense of shame, but they're not going to.
All right, let me take a quick break. Senator Bill Cassidy, my special guest. We'll do one more segment with the senator. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline if you'd like to be part of the program. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show.
Now, that's some good advice.
Finally, but it wasn't marriage advice.
Not marriage advice.
All right, 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline.
And I don't think that advice would work in a marriage.
No, you're right about this. Senator Bill Cassidy, who just coming off the vote to end this feeling. Hey, Bill, real quick, you feel real strong about this working now tomorrow, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Manchin voted yes. Murkowski voted no. That gives us 51-49. And I can tell you McConnell's feeling uncomfortable about it because he's holding the vote. Dane's going to his daughter's wedding. We spoke of that. But even if Manchin flips back or somebody else, they would hold the vote open for Danes to come in, and I think Vice President Pence would be on call to come cast the deciding vote if it was deadlocked.
You can still lose one, no doubt about it. By the way, I'm laughing. Our friends at American for Limited Government just sent this out. One of the unsung heroes in today's vote to advance the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh is Harry Reid, who in 2013, when they had the power, began the process of eliminating judicial filibuster so that Senate minorities could not have an effective veto over the president's choice of judges. Today, they thank former Senator Harry Reid. I knew he would be good for something.
You know, a couple of things. You want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
I often thought about this. Remember Robert Bork, of course. Robert Bork is who the left went after, eminently qualified, nominated by Reagan to be on the Supreme Court. The left went after him, would go through his garbage looking for what receipts from what movies he rented, and eventually destroyed him in a way similar to this, except they succeeded. So if Bork was not appointed to the court, and Anthony Kennedy was, Bork died like the fourth or fifth year of Obama's presidency. If Bork had been successfully put on the court, Obama would have appointed the successor. But because Kennedy was, we now have Brett Kavanaugh.
Wow. Now, that is very interesting.
That's a great piece of history right there.
I enjoyed that so much. Would you please do me the honor and repeat it? Because I want to salute Harry Reid, a leftist, and to me a very evil person. But I want to salute him for what he did. Explain this slow. I want everybody to get this. Go ahead, Senator Cassidy.
Let's go back in history. Robert Bork, eminently qualified, was nominated by President Reagan to serve on the Supreme Court. The left went crazy for the same reason they're going crazy over Brett Kavanaugh. He was such a great jurist, they were afraid he would be too influential, and so therefore they would go through his garbage looking for receipts as to movies he rented, trying to find something to discredit him. They eventually did discredit him enough that he did not get put on the court, and Anthony Kennedy was put in his place. Bork died in the middle of Obama's presidency. If Bork had been on the court, Obama would have named his replacement. Kennedy now resigned, and Judge Kavanaugh will take the place and nominated by Trump instead of an Obama appointee.
Awesome. Senator Cassidy, thank you for your vote, and thank you standing up for Kavanaugh. I mean, everybody's starting to stand up now, and that's what I'm impressed with. All right, Senator Cassidy, God bless. Have an awesome weekend.
You too, Moon. Thank you, buddy.